Well, Alexander Volkanovski, let's start at the very beginning. It was Wednesday afternoon. The world found out that Charles Oliveira had withdrawn from his fight against Islam Makhachev. When did you hear that news, and what was the process to then stepping up as his replacement?
So I found out, well, less than 24 hours before that. So I found out like literally the afternoon before. So it was Tuesday afternoon when I found out. And yeah, it was pretty much, all right, let's get into it. Ever since then, you know what I mean? So obviously the boys had to do, you know, have chats and obviously negotiations, do whatever. But I was like, all right, locked in, let's do it. So I'm lucky enough to have the support of my obviously wife, family, and my training partners. Like here at Freestyle come in, like literally I found out, called them straight away and goes, oh, I think this is happening. They're like, oh wow, okay, rally the troops. And then we started, we did a fight simulator that afternoon. I made the phone calls to Craig Jones and Frank Hickman, and they were literally booked for the next flight available, literally. Wow. And I'm talking within hours. So like within an hour of I found out, Craig already booked his flight, so the next flight. So he couldn't get one because it was like midnight. He had to wait till the morning. And then Frank had one literally that night. Yeah. So and then so we had that booked, but then he tried to go, but then there was a bit of complications. But he's on his way. But literally everyone jumped like that. I had my nutritionist give me a plan. I had the guys that do my food athletes nutrition who literally sent the food, and it was at my doorstep the next morning. Wow. I found out that afternoon. My actual food from my dietitian was at my doorstep. Yeah. So it's just crazy how everyone just, all right, sweet, let's do it. Everyone's coming over to Abu Dhabi with me on like we're leaving this Sunday, you know what I mean? With less than a week's notice, everyone's decided to tell their family, like, look, I'm gonna have to go, and nothing but supportive. So that just shows you the type of team we have around us, and they're very, very lucky to have these people around me.
Well, Dana White said it only took one phone call. Is that accurate?
Yeah, well, like, I don't know what happened after that. Like, I only got the phone call, and then I was like, oh, wow, all right. So you do your part, I'll do mine. So then literally after that phone call, I'm already telling the boys, we're getting in camp. So it was only one call for me. So I don't know how it was with the negotiations. But yeah, it was pretty much Ash ringing me up going, oh, look, I'm just doing my part. Like, you know, probably thinking that there's no way I'll do it. I'm just doing my part, so I have to tell you, but you wouldn't believe it. This has happened. I'm like, so would you do it? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I reckon we could do it, eh? Like, you know what I mean? He's like, and then like, yeah, he goes, okay, well, all right. And then we just sort of game plan. I go, let me at least talk to Joe and that as well. Like, and obviously it's got to be a team decision, but they knew that I was comfortable with it and I wanted it, and they know me. Yeah. They know what I'm all about. They know, like, if there's anyone that can do it, it's me, you know what I mean? So everyone's excited. Like, you know, it's not like everyone's like, oh, freaking out. Like, everyone that I've talked to is nothing but excited for this. So obviously that shows you a little bit of confidence for our team.
But 11 days notice. You had surgery on that arm 3 months ago. Your wife, Emma, just gave birth to your third child just a month ago. Congratulations to you once again on that.
Thank you.
Volk, are you going into this fight maybe a bit physically underdone?
Well, compared to what? Compared to how it would be every other camp? Like, I'm going with a 12-week or 8-week camp?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to lie to everyone's face and say, oh, no, I'm in the exact same shape. Like, you know what I mean? It's a complete lie. But if anyone can do 5 rounds, literally at this notice, it's me. Like, I can do 5 rounds any day of the year, no matter how much time I have off. I can have the whole year off. I guarantee you I'll get through the 5 rounds. And I'll still be competitive with any man in the world. I am that guy that can do that. And I have been training. Like, yeah, I did have the surgery. Obviously, I couldn't do too much till then. But as soon as I could, I was back in the gym doing what I needed to do. Obviously, I was doing a bit of travelling and that in between. But I feel like that still adds to this. Look, at the end of the day, I don't have the preparation. But what do I have? I have a fresh head, like physically fresh, mentally fresh. Like, is that the right word that I'm saying, fresh? There's like I'm excited. It's like I'm like so free, no pressure at all. Yeah, like it's, I needed this, man. I was like doing my own head in thinking that I had to wait till January. Okay. So I think this, like I said, this was all meant to be. I was, doing my own head in, and I needed to do something. And this come up and it was like, mate, I'm telling you, this is all a part of my story. As I said, the world's turning for me right now. And I can't wait to go out there and shock the world.
Well, before we get to January, I did want to ask that, this is a massive risk. You could have easily waited for your next step up to lightweight, for the conditions to be more comfortable, for you to have a full camp. Why are you doing this?
There's a few things, man. Again, I think it was just the timing. Like I said, I didn't want to wait. It excites me. I always talk about challenges, and I love it. I just look at this at a whole nother different level of challenge. I've always said I'm that guy that would do things like this, so I don't want to be the guy that doesn't do it after I've said that I would. So maybe there is a bit of ego there, but at the same time, I know I'm the guy that can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, the more and more I think about it, put it this way, I accepted with probably more doubt than I have now. So I accepted thinking like, ooh, okay. Oh, let's do it. So I went and done the sessions, and then now that I'm doing my sessions, I'm like, phew, oh, all right, sweet. I'm all good. I'm happy where I'm at. You know what I mean? So I was expecting I'll still get the job done. You get what I mean? So that's what I mean. I thought I probably would have been that little bit more out of shape, more underdone when I actually accepted it. But we always say, my nutritionist, my strength and conditioning coach, even my physio, it's like my body just knows. Like with athletes at this level, it's like they just know when it's time, and my body knows. It's like it just flipped into gear. My weight come off. I won't say the numbers. You can go to my YouTube channel. I'll tell you about that. So the numbers were just like poof, 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 like I was heavy.
Yeah. Well,
so that was one thing that we were laughing about before I even knew. And then, mate, honestly, the day after I knew, I ended up breaking records in my strength and conditioning gym, my jumping records. Never jumped that high in my whole life. It's like now, it's like my body knows that you need to turn it up. Like you going out there and just being this, solid fit dude that, with this mentality goes, nah, you need the extra power, you need extra explosive, you need extra knockout power, you need it all. It's like my body just knows, like, we need to flip the switch everywhere, and I'm breaking records. So it's pretty crazy.
Well, glad that you don't have to wait until January, but all the talk was Ilia Topuria in Canada. How difficult is it for you now to remove yourself from that mindset of fighting a guy like Ilia to now rematching Islam?
Mate, it wasn't difficult at all. I was doing my head in knowing that I had to wait that long. Sitting there, obviously, don't get me wrong, I love spending time with my family, but every day I'm not training for a fight is a day wasted in my prime. And that, and that's I want to look after my family forever. I need to make the most of me being in my prime. Yeah, there's a lot of things that, makes this decision most people think is crazy, but at the same time, I don't have time to waste. And, again, this excites me, and I feel like I really needed this mentally and physically. And like I said, we flipped the switch, and we on, and we ready. Okay, but is that still a fight that you want? Like, when and if you are? Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, we've already had them conversations, and then they're like, oh, what about this? I'm like, don't worry about that. Like, I mean... I was telling you, well, I'll fight now, I'll fight then, don't worry about that. I don't even need to explain myself. Okay. I'm fighting on 11 days' notice or 12 days' notice. Do I need to explain myself saying that I'll turn up on January? I really don't need to. Everyone knows who I am and what I'm about. I'll go out there, do my business, and then let's go. We'll see what's next. But, mate, like I said, you can't take the smile off my face. Honestly, the last few days, ever since we heard what was happening, I've been, I'm stoked.
Well, just a couple more on Islam. In February, after the first Islam fight, you and I sat down and did that Fox Sports Theatre, and you said that your main regret from that fight was maybe you paid him a bit too much respect to begin the fight. One, what exactly did you mean by that, and how do you make sure that you avoid that this time around?
Well, put it this way. I can't afford to show him respect this time. Okay. So, again, I respect him, his skills, but I'm backing my skills, and I'm going in for the kill. So, and that's just that. I'm going in to go out there and take him out. You know what I mean? I want to put myself in this position again. Like, I'm out here and I want to shock the world. Not only getting my hand raised, but do it in wild fashion. Let's go all out on this one. We're going all out on this one. This is going to be... This is when people want to do documentaries, movies about it and all that. That's what I can feel it. I can feel it. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? And I'm backing myself. Again, he's got my respect. but at the same time, I'm backing myself. I've never went into a fight with this type of mindset. I usually have too much on the line, you know, but right now I can't afford to think anything but a job that I need to do, and that's that. So it's exciting, you know. You don't be surprised if you see the best version of myself purely because of all this adversity and the way things have turned out. Maybe this sharpens me right up. Maybe you know, I can't second guess anything. It's just like full guns blazing. Let's go.
You were telling your corner that he's not as strong as I thought he'd be. Heading into that last round, you were saying there's no threat of the submission. He's just hanging on here. So with that in mind, are you just going to go push the button from round one?
I'm better in them positions now. You know what I mean? Even now, like, you know what I mean? Obviously, I was more prepared and, you know, I did the rounds, but put me in them dangerous positions right now and I'm dealing with them better than I was before. You know, maybe I won't go as good as long, but I mean, I'm planning to finish this early anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I mean, again, if anyone can do 5 rounds, literally, with no training camp or whatever, I'm the guy. But luckily, I'm professional enough to at least be in the gym consistently enough to be able to take on a fight like this.
Alexander Volkanovski, it certainly takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing right now. We can't wait to see it. See you over there in Abu Dhabi.
All right, see you there.